Hi guys, how are you? It's Friday. Friday's AMA is live. WX to the moon, absolutely. Good start. Can you hear me, by the way, just in case? Confirm. Guys, let's wait a bit for some more people to start. Meanwhile, you can ask some questions. I will check my Telegram. Nothing new. Cool. So let's get started. We have a few people. Maybe let's wait a bit. Sorry, let me check my phone while we don't have that many people. Yep. A couple more questions and we're gonna start. And let's wait for more people because I want to make this AMA a bit more fun. So there is gonna be a lottery. Good day, Carlos. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, guys. Okay, we have 17 people. Not like much, but they're good people. So let's start. And as usually, what is happening now, uh, a lot of like work behind the scenes. So two things are important, which are out in the open. This is a QL campaign, which has started after all now, and it hasn't started like in a very big way yet. So like it's gonna be like growing, bit by bit. But it started. So we have like, several KOLs promoting us. There's gonna be more KOLs, and TVL campaign for Waves is quite successful. I don't know how much TVL is there. Let me check. Yeah, it's almost 700K in Waves, which is nice. And we'll have some activity around this now. But meanwhile, I will work behind the scenes. What work behind the scenes, some shady stuff we're doing. Yeah, so what we do is like we are talking to exchanges, we are talking to VC funds, we are preparing different marketing instruments. Maybe you can guess, probably we will wanna have a Telegram campaign and Telegram mini app. And this all should be prepared, so but current TVL campaign is running. When there's gonna be campaign for USDT, USDC, I won't tell you right now what it will happen. So okay, let's announce this game and then we will discuss. Basically, guys, you know that we are doing TVL campaign for Waves. I will share the link again. This is like third-party team that helps us out with it. And there is some activity. You can basically grab a code from somebody, from myself, for example, and you can deposit your waves and get points, and those points will be swapped into unit zero once it's there. So let's actually make it more exciting, at least for the duration of this AMA. So let's play FOMO, guys. And the game is pretty simple. So during the AMA, you should find the code. It's easy to find. You can find it in my Twitter, or a lot of people promote their codes in different waves groups. And stake your waves in RetroDub campaign. Check the link I sent just now. And the winner, the person who deposits the largest amount of waves in 1 hour until this AMA is over, will get, oh, my heart really bleeds, you know, because L2MP is pretty cheap now. So, but okay, you know, let's make someone very rich very soon. So the person who deposits, who makes it like the largest deposit into the RetroDrop campaign, waves deposit, will get how much? 100,000 L2MP tokens. 100,000. This is like a lot of L2MP. Current rate is low, so that's why there is so many tokens, but it can become a much larger amount soon. So once again, for 1 hour, you have to participate at the TVL campaign at units.pepe.team. And the largest deposit gets 100K L2MP. And what is L2MP? L2MP is a token that will get units independently. So there is like different ways to get units. You can participate in the TVL campaign, and you can also have L2MP. So you can diversify, and you can do both. So basically, if you participate in this thing, you can do both. You can stake your waves in the TVL campaign, and you can also get some L2MPs. Don't lose your chance. And I will tell you the last waves block on Waves Explorer until which you have to deposit. Now, which block do we have now? I'm checking wavesexplorer.com. Now we have block, this block. Yep. And let's add 40 minutes. Let's make it like, let's not make it too long. 40 blocks. Like one big block in waves. We have mini blocks and like regular blocks. One regular block is usually 1 minute. So let's add 40. So it means that you have to make your deposit until the block, this block, 958, including 958. So if it's in the block 958, it's fine. And the minimum deposit should be 10 waves, guys. Let's not like, let's make it like, let's not spam. Let's make it like the minimum is 10 waves, and the largest deposit, not the last one. So it's not like classic FOMO game. The largest deposit during 40 minutes gets 100,000 L2MPs. 100,000 L2MPs. Let's go. Okay, so that's it. You have something to do, and while you are like looking for the code or copying and pasting the code, while you're like firing up your Waves wallets and making those deposits, signing transactions, I will scroll up and check out some of your questions. What worked behind the scenes? Okay, this is the best question. Uh, uh, Prediction for USDT WG in the news. Yes, let's wait for units, guys. So units can help, really. BNB and E2. Yeah. Spanish is such a nice language. Pete will fly. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Nice Telegram campaign. Yeah, Telegram campaign is gonna be there. Let's go. Yeah, no more questions, guys. So what should I tell you? Maybe I will discuss what we're gonna do next week. There is some delays with the release of, is it not bad delays? Some yeah, minor delays with the release of bridges, like trustless, fully interoperable interchain bridges, for instance. And we're gonna deploy them to the testnet next week. This week they're like usually, you have some plans for development and you announce them, and then there's some like nasty bug coming up and you have to fix it. So it usually happens this way. So you can't like, say when the release will happen exactly, so you can give some estimate. But this bug is not bad, so bridges are coming to testnet. And I think next week, actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna announce our testnet publicly. Like we have basically announced it in the community, and we haven't made any like announcements, like major announcements. And I think next week we're gonna have the press release around this, and this is gonna be quite important. I also do a lot of podcasts, writing some articles, like for example, one article went out today. It's about like digital trends. It's very generic and maybe a bit too dry, but I did my best. It's like I'm trying to always like come up with something interesting, some kind of like a bit like non conventional views. Check it out. Something else will come out next week, and several videos as well. Bit Street is asking about the value of conversion rate of points into units. Let's it's gonna be good, man. So so you have to keep it secret for a while, to keep the excitement. And we're trying to make sure that people will be happy, so maybe we can like discuss several other airdrops retro drops campaign, because obviously everybody's doing retro drops these days, and you have this problem when people just abuse those systems and they have like retro drop farms. So retro drops maybe slowly dying. So we're gonna make sure that this won't happen, in our case, and there's not going to be like abuse, because people basically run farms. You can understand them as well. So when you have like 100 accounts and you deposit like one ETH from each account, and you like get a huge portion of the retro drop, and it makes it's like worthwhile. It makes it like worthwhile for you, but like regular participants, they suffer, because they get less. So this is like the problem that always comes up, when you come up with some nice ideas, someone else is trying to abuse it. And a lot of projects are getting a lot of flack for like distributing not enough, like Blast, for example, but Blast was obviously very, very abused by farms, so it's like it's a tricky thing. More delays. When will we be able to withdraw our waste coins from There was this like announcement for vesting. I don't know if you participated, and that was a good option. Uh, I don't think we will have any news until units has launched. If there is some news before that, of course, I will tell you. Is inflation happening? No, they're voting. Yes, I made this proposal for increasing wage inflation temporarily. It's not like permanent increase. This is something that should be some kind of like a limited time offer, so it is gonna be active for half a year. And then it automatically, without voting. So it doesn't mean that you will have to vote again to turn it off. No, it's going to be turned off automatically. So this is like included in the proposal and in the code. And I think this is a great opportunity for the community to like become independent, because if we do that, what happens if we do that? Basically, we are gonna buy back like most of the XTN free float in 3 months or a bit more. Because so this like inflation will increase and there's going to be more waves used for buyback. And I think this will help waves tremendously because this will change public perception and like the vibes around waves will become a bit more positive. And it will also help the projects on waves because waves is funded through the DAO exclusively, no other way to fund it, and waves projects will get more funds. This is like a very good thing, and we can like attract more attention. And combined with units launch, this is like a very good timing because we will have like TVL campaign for waves, and we will have campaign for units. And as you know, waves miners are mining unit 0 tokens, and that should attract more people to waves. So this is like a great opportunity to do that. And if we do that, we show that we are not dependent on centralized exchanges. If they like do something bad to waves, waves can resist. And I'm talking to miners. They have some concerns, I would say, about inflation. And there is some like bad perception of inflation in general, but it's like, but you have to look into the root of the problem, so sometimes you have to be a little bit more specific about the results of your actions, so it's not in certain situations something that generally doesn't work works, and this is the case, and this thing is like a campaign. It's gonna run for just 6 months. And after that, inflation will be back to current levels. And meanwhile, we will be able to resolve a lot of issues, including WGG, because we can also channel some of that inflation to WGG buyback. And that would be awesome. So if you like the idea, convince the miners, talk to the miners. I'm talking to them as well, but community opinion can and should be very important. Is there any plan to involve some experts, social media influencers to tell Wave story and promote a new? Yeah, man, we do that already. We're doing that. Yeah, we started that. QL campaign is live. Inflation vote just started. Some guys haven't updated the notes yet, so it's wait. I use a poker game DM that is struggling to find a home on a blockchain. How would you convince them that the unit 0 chain is the best spot to go? This is probably the easiest way to launch your own chain, man, if you need it. But do you need it? Maybe like, if you want to run a DApp on the unit 0, not launch your own chain, is gonna be good as well because the fees are low If your game is good, probably you can even get some funds from the DAO. Uh, send me the link, man. I will take a look. Are you going to burn all the buyback XTN? Of course, it's been burned naturally. Why can't we withdraw our Waves coins from V1 Finance? Man, this is the situation that happened not only on Waves, to Waves in Virus, but to all assets. Because of XTN DPAC, we have this like problem of stuck liquidity. Yes, and that we have been struggling with, and nobody is helping us for like more than a year and a half. But we're again like rackets. Why we want to increase XTM? Man, why we need to do that? We need not to increase the price of XTM, we need to buy it back. And that would lead to price increase, obviously. And that would actually allow people from virus, like for the question above, to exit virus without financial loss, because they have XTM basically. They don't have the original assets. They have the collateral, which is XTM. And if we buy it back, the price increases and that collateral goes up in value, and those guys can withdraw it and be made whole. That's very simple. Make the XTN be able to swap a trade uh, I don't understand. Elaborate, please. Galp, elaborate. After these 300,000 blocks, will the block reward to go zero? No, it's gonna be back to 6. Hi from Australia. Hi, man. Hi. I never been, but hope to come to your beautiful country someday. It's an amazing country, and I'm really interested in it, you know. How you doing, mate? How much money in US dollars will it take to buy back all WG assets? There is some whales, some BTC whale. I think this is separate. Like we'll have to deal it separately. And like smaller accounts, like there is not so many whales actually. Okay, so then whales probably it's like something that should be discussed with them directly. So around 5 million, I think would do the trick. Would resolve the situation. So it's like it's a lot of money on one hand, but on the other hand, it's not so much. You might say that why haven't we resolved it like to date? No, no, it's hard, you know, because you have to on one hand you have to try to resolve this. On the other hand, you need to like find funds to support the development, and basically a lot of other things were happening and are happening in the world that affect waves. So like it's a like very complicated balancing act, I would say. But this problem is not so bad, and it will be resolved. When Pete flies, when I have time to make him fly, you know, so, and some resource. Is there any plan to increase liquidity on DEX? Yes, absolutely. And we need to work on that. But currently we're focusing on units. And if we tried to do everything in parallel, I think that wouldn't be the right approach, because it's better to focus on one thing, make it happen, and that thing triggers the next one, you know, and you have this like chain of like projects that help each other, you know. So let's focus on units and let's make it happen. And if it's successful, everything else will become successful as well. And let's say inflation passes, XTN-based price goes down to 5. No, man, inflation doesn't have such an impact on the price. You know, this is like people, I'm not gonna like, foam at the mouth, although sometimes I want to. There is not such a stark impact from inflation, as people think. It's not working like that, So this is a very like layman approach to inflation. Like, and I think actually waves price will go up, not down, because we would have, I didn't mention it, but we would be able to launch properly stable coins, algo stable coins on waves. Rome, East, because we could use some waves from inflation to bootstrap them, and they in turn would uh, uh, subsume like excessive waves off of the market, and basically it would increase waves TVL, and TVL increase always increases the price. It's pretty hard to find an example when TVL increases, but the price of the underlying asset goes down. I have never seen anything like that. Show me. So my prediction is if the proposal is accepted, Wave's price will not go down. It will go up. What happens to neutrino project? The guys are waiting for units as well, actually, so because we need some resource to push index beyond waves. Appreciate all the waves AMAs. I don't know any other project that have such commitments to do this. Thank you, mate. Yes, like I'm not gonna like. Yeah, this is just facts, So I've been doing those AMAs for 2 years by now. I think maybe I missed a Friday or two, but that's it. Maybe we should come up with some other schedule, but for now I think it's okay. Are we planning to fix V1 finance? Sure, this is what we're doing, man. Everything we're doing takes this problem into consideration, of course. And SBT team gave up on the wind. Wind actually is not in SBT, guys. This is like puzzle, guys. No, and I think wind is fine. Can we get details on what percentage of mined in zero goes to NP? I explained. I made this post about tokenomics. And I explained that actually there's no contradiction because tokenomics will be similar to the current tokenomics of Ethereum and how it works in Ethereum now. Basically, you have unlimited supply potentially because miners, validators earn block rewards, and it's like the process is not limited by any means, right? But effectively, Ethereum may even be deflationary because there is a process of burning the fees. And in certain situations, it results in deflationary, not inflationary process. And the same applies here. So basically, who's gonna get Union Zero? LTMP people are gonna get it. And TVL campaign participants, testnet campaign participants, VC funds, and miners. But miners will get it independently because they will just be mining it. That's it. And like 100% of the supply will be divided between TVL and VCs. and the team is gonna get something like coders. I, by the way, will not get anything. So this is my commitment to the community. And basically I think this is like if this provides this balance between different actors in the ecosystem, because miners will be mining unit zero indefinitely for like forever, but the total supply will not grow, and there's going to be this like 100 million unit zeros which will be issued over the period of around 2 years, and it will be divided between L2MP, TVL, and VC funds. So the exact percentage is not so important, I would say, and it's still not finalized because we don't know about the final VC funds commitment. Also, we haven't started like TVL campaign for assets other than waves yet. So it's flexible, you know, those like exact numbers would change. So it's not finalized, not set in stone yet, but it's gonna be like 20-30% for each group. So it's a lot. Another stable coin, no, I mean Rome and East, like all stable coins that we have that were not properly launched. Either of them was properly launched. They're like developed, working. We just need to push. Ah, shit, here we go again. AMA should be happening on X, not here. It's a very difficult question, man. I think YouTube is better because we tried on X and the crowd is different. So we should actually switch, I think. But my perception is that YouTube works better, and you have poor sound quality on X. The only thing that actually works for X is you have a bit different crowd there, you know, so some new people come there, like people that you don't see here. They attend Twitter spaces, so probably we should do one here and one on Twitter. But Twitter is like such a mess. Okay, I won't go into the direction, but it's like a right-wing mess. And when I open Twitter, I want to close it, you know, because there is some tweets that come from accounts that I'm not following, and I don't know why I see them, you know. So this is a question for Elon and for his like batshit agenda. Uh, with regards to MP on ride on waves, it seems like they're not staking. Yeah, you can withdraw them from staking. You can sell if you want. You can do whatever you want. If inflation passes, what do you expect the burn amounts will be for XTN and WG stables after 7 months? If you do the math, let's not like mention WG, because we need to think how to channel that to WG. But if you take XTN and you check the free float and you assume that the waves price won't change much, you see that you can buy most of XTN free float in 3 months. And then we can maybe increase vesting limits on VRS and allow more withdrawals at a higher price, and some people will start basically exiting their positions. Some people will wait for a higher price, but the process will finally start moving forward. Why we need another stablecoin? No, we don't launch any new stablecoins. I mentioned Rome, which was launched by Vladimir from Puzzle, and East, which is a very old effort, which was not properly launched. And both of them are done technically. They just need some kind of exposure, I think. X sucks, keep it on YouTube. X sucks ass, man. Yeah, I like. But somehow you don't have anything better, you know. Twitter is like shit, but the rest is even more shit, you know. Like, so it's kind of very strange situation with social networking now, because they're like, either you have Instagram when this is purely commercial, exploratory like thing, you know, and either, or you have those like social networks with political agenda, very defined, you know. Like, so we've never had it worse than we have it now, guys. Let me tell you this. Are we going to wait for could you elaborate, Street? Maybe I'm missing something here. Guys, we have 13 minutes until FOMO game is over. Let me check how it goes, by the way. So guys, wait, you're not participating or what? Guys. Okay, nobody's participating. It is fine. It's fine. It's up to you. Nobody wants to get, but you have 12 minutes, so probably you're waiting. Yeah, but okay. Uh, you have 12 minutes until you lose your chance to get 100,000 L2 in peace. Wait, I lost the browser window. Yeah. At the current buyback speed of WG assets and everything staying relatively the same, how long do you estimate the final resolution of buybacks will be? Depends on units, man. Depends on units. So it can go much faster if units are successful. If units is not successful, we will have to come up with something else. Mini. So we will have to develop units, you know. So we'll have to push units, maybe launch something on units, which attracts a lot of attention, and so on and so forth. We will be resolving this until it is resolved. How much money do you waste buying exchange with waste to pump the price a few months ago? It was like, man, it was, what do you mean? It was like from inflation, mostly. And from exchange treasury as well. But it allowed people to basically exit who wanted to, you know. So, and it also a lot of projects on ways to receive XTM from the DAO. So we needed to basically make sure that XTN was worth something. What happened to keeping it at 10 cent? Like, man, after Binance delisting, it became hard, and I don't think we made a commitment to keep it around 10 cents. I don't remember that. Thoughts on Nostr? Nostr is a social network, right? I should check it, man. I won't say anything because I have not checked it properly. So I might say that it's not good, but I don't have an educated opinion. I have to check it out. But I don't think that there is like a social network which will really promote free speech, you know, because the setup everywhere is skewed somehow, you know. It's skewed in such a way that you either get some like partisan crowd, right wing or maybe left wing, or like some people, you know, congregate in one place and they push all other people out, you know. Or it's very like commercial and just is focused on making as much money as possible, as Instagram, for example. So incentives are skewed in favor of either making money or promoting your agenda. And I think it's everywhere. So, you know, when like people create some like Truth Social, somebody else comes up and creates something like which seems to be like some kind of alternative, but people from like Truth Social won't post there, and people from all those like new networks won't post on Truth Social, you know. So this is like this is bullshit, you know, and it's just a segmentation of society, of humanity. Like it's like a division. It like promotes division, not like unity, you know. So and social network, they should like bring people together, but they bring only like people with similar conviction, okay, similar uh, ideas together, you know, and it's weird. So I would love to launch something someday, you know, which would be different. Because it's hard to find a place where you can post something. Because when you post something on Twitter and you can see those like crazy tweets around your tweet, think, what the fuck? Where I'm like, where am I? You know, like, and Facebook is shit. Obviously, Medium is kind of good. Uh, but there is some kind of like a strange business model, I think, that they have when you have to pay for reading the posts. So we don't have a good social network, like at all. WIP 28 is extend vesting that allows. Yep. We will include the whales into yes, I think we will just like include the whales in this vesting process. This is what we'll do. Yes. So what's new? Galka is asking. You are not voting for a very reasonable proposal. Shame on you. Do you keep an eye on the general crypto market? Yes, I have to, because I need to launch units, and I'm working with marketing agency, and they are very deep into current crypto situation because they're like launching memes, and I just, you know, like I just like it comes to me like through osmosis, more or less, you know, because I can see what people are doing now. And it's pretty funny because it's easier for crypto guys launch a meme now than launch a serious project. It's like more profitable, you know, so it's a bit crazy. And in terms of like technology, I don't think that we have very exciting developments. Units, of course, is very exciting. But the path towards like end game for blockchain tech is pretty clear, in my opinion. We're gonna have ecosystems of L2s, layer 2s, interconnected properly, not the way they're interconnected now. So they will be like fully interoperable. We will have those like modular setups when you have like consensus in one chain and like layer 1, execution in layer 2s. and interoperability, trustless interoperability between them based on the consensus in layer one. This is units, by the way. Exactly. I described units. And I think all layer ones will go into that direction. Of course, Ethereum is going to go there, but Ethereum approach is a bit more sophisticated. As far as I understand, Vitalik wants to use zero knowledge to connect all layers to Ethereum so that those layers post zero knowledge proofs every Ethereum block. And through this, you can create this like interaction process between different layer twos. But the trick here is it doesn't depend on Ethereum because it would require a lot of progress in cryptography, so, and it doesn't depend on Vitalik, it depends on some like MIT professors, So, and it's not gonna be fast because now you can't do that because it's very hard to create zero knowledge proofs. So it takes you like 1 hour to create the proof. But we are talking about like 12 seconds blocks, so so probably it can be done simpler, and this is what we are doing. Next week, public announcement of the testnet, bridges, more interviews of yours truly with some bloggers, very good bloggers, of course. Some bloggers with like famous bloggers, and as always, I'm forgetting something. How much extent do you expect to be burned during the next inflation period? Most of the free float, man. So it will take the price towards $1. What happens on Unit Zero testnet after bridges are tested? Basically, it's done. We can launch the mainnet. And we would need some time for TVL campaign. And then we are launching. What is the big picture goal for the Waves project in the next couple of years? So so basically, so we want to be the first to reach the end game for blockchain scalability. I know it sounds ambitious, but we have a plan. I basically described it like 5 minutes ago. I think the end game for the current cycle of blockchain tech is the ecosystems of layer 2 chains interconnected interoperably and based on like layer ones that provide consensus to them. And we just want to do it first, that's it. So you have similar ecosystems more or less, maybe you don't have exactly that yet. So you have something similar like Cosmos, but Cosmos is very disjointed somehow. And Polka, it's like Polka is a bit too rigid, so and the incentives are not right there. So nobody uses Polka. You might say that nobody uses Waves. I admit that, but let's see what happens next. So we want to create this like very simple process for launching your own blockchain. So basically you come to Waves, you make a proposal in the DAO, the community votes for you, and you get your own chain running in a few days. That's it. And in terms of like technologies, that's what we're gonna do. In terms of like community, decentralization is very important. We want to push our protocol. Unfortunately, it wasn't so well known because it's working and everything on Waves runs on it. But now we need to get some exposure for it, like outside Waves. And this is very important because I think decentralized governance is what crypto is about. It's not about launching meme coins or tokens. It's about different ways for communities to interact. And this is what we'll be focusing on besides the tech. Have you heard of Caspa, and what do you think of? Yeah, sure, I did hear of Caspa. Proof of work chain in a bit similar to Ergo. Ergo is very nice. I kind of like lost connection to Ergo guys, but we were working very closely 5 years ago. Caspa is like it's not really like something that will change everything, but this is like it shows some different approach, you know. So this is like the dark blockchains are interesting, and but don't think that they will make some kind of revolution, you know, because you can't resolve scalability by just changing the data structure. It's not gonna happen. Like it's like some kind of optimization, and it might work better in certain situations, but it's not gonna be some kind of revolution. But it's a very valid approach, and it's proof of work, and I think proof of work chains will uh, it's not, I don't think that they will be coming back, but we will see some proof of work chains uh, like coming back sometimes, you know, like because it's an interesting approach. And combined with this like dark structure, it's unique, unique thing. But it's more or less it's a model thing, because as far as I know, they don't have, it's some kind of a pilot, because as far as I know, they don't have smart contracts yet. So there is a lot of work ahead for them. But of course, we need to support all alternative approaches, because in our case, Waves was always about being an alternative. Like even if it like hurt us, we still stuck with that approach, you know, to show some kind of like alternative direction for development. And this is important. So we have to support all those deviating approaches. So you have answered my question. So Unity is the focus. Yes, technically, yes. And Power Protocol is our focus otherwise, I would say, you know. So like, because I think DAOs are very important. I really, really, really important. And nobody gives DAOs enough attention, in my opinion. But crypto is about DAOs. If crypto changes the world, it's gonna be due to DAOs. When will there be some news from West about RWA? I'm waiting for Pepe team to finally launch wrapped token for West on Waves. It's like they're working, but somehow it's very slow. You can nudge them a little, and after that we can move with West. So this is something that I'm not directly participating, but I'm talking to the guys, and I would love to see that project working again. Who played it? Who played what? So after the inflation update and extensive gas supply is burnt, what happens after that? What happens after that, man? 6 months pass and inflation stops. So community can keep it this way, can vote for inflation again, can, if Unity is successful, actually, inflation can be turned off completely, because the miners will be mining the tokens from different layer twos. And it might be more profitable than mining Waves. So my proposal was to let it run for 6 months and then reevaluate, you know. So, but it doesn't mean that we would need to vote to stop the inflation. No, it will be stopped automatically. And that would do a lot of good things, I think, that would buy back excessive XTM. Also, we can channel some of it to WG. So that would resolve a lot of problems, guys. And once again, it's like it's a limited time offer, you know, it is not something that's gonna be there forever. This is something that a lot of other products do. For example, I don't know, if you use Telegram, there is wallet and people do some promotion there for USDT, they pay like 60% APY. You know, APY is not like something that is set in stone. Obviously, they won't pay 60% APY for the whole year because it's crazy. Yeah, but you can pay it like for 1 month. Yeah, promote something. So this is similar to what I'm suggesting. Yeah, so who won, guys? Who won? Who won? Oh yeah, there is some deposits finally. What was the block? Okay, I posted the block. I will, let me check again. Okay, guys, you are not so active, but it's okay. Okay. So guys, give me the winner's address, please. Yep. The game was users had to participate in the TVL campaign until the end of the EMA. And the largest deposit would win L2MP tokens. Give me the winner. Let me find the block. Yeah, this is the block. Yeah, it was over 10 blocks ago, actually. And the block with number 958 or 950, last 3 digits, was at 5 minutes to 6 p.m. Dubai time, which makes interesting. Nobody won, guys. Look, guys, nobody won because no, somebody did win actually. I'm wrong. This guy. This guy won. The winner with 12 waves with like $10 deposited. Okay, guys, okay. I will tweak this approach next time. We will come up with something more rewarding in terms of the project. So uh, was there any communication with Kraken about the listing? Actually, no, man. I don't think it makes sense. What would I say? Because they would say, guys, so basically Binance deleted you, so we do. So do we. Uh, uh, that's it, because they would say that, like, guys, okay, so we have our own reasons, and we've never had much communication with Kraken, unfortunately. It's bad, but what can we do? So I think, God shows us some new direction, but this direction was always something that I wanted to do, but couldn't because it ran counter to the community expectations. Waves should become independent. I don't see any value in centralized exchanges. They don't create value. They're like, they are leeches. This is it, basically. They're very extractive. They extract value. They don't bring value, they extract value. And I don't think that I really want to be friends, with centralized exchanges. I'm collaborating with everyone who wants to collaborate with Waves. And it's at the end of the day, it's about like human relations. If you have good relations to specific people, it's okay. But in general, I don't think that centralized exchanges is something that we have to obey, and look up to, Yeah, so, and maybe we need to build something that can eventually compete in terms of like usability and be actually decentralized. We failed, obviously. I mean, we tried, but we kind of haven't done it yet. But we are still trying, and okay, we should make it happen or die trying. Is Pepper team using a messaging system to coordinate the bridges? Which messaging team? A messaging system. They have their own protocols. Yeah, sure. So they already have a very solid product, actually. So you can use that approach not only for liquidity transfer, but also for messaging between chains. May Binance sell waves again in the future? No, Binance can do anything, like, because so I was kind of like flabbergasted and bewildered when exchanges just sold waves, because this is something that, like, wow, they shouldn't do that, actually. But probably it doesn't make sense to argue because they have it somewhere in their terms. At the end of the day, they're like private entities, very loosely regulated, and I don't think there is any rules against selling users' assets and paying users not in the original assets but in USD at the current exchange rate. So you have to look into the terms. But it was like, in terms of like negative impact, it was really bad because it crashed the price from $2 to $1. They want to kill us, but they won't. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's a very corny old saying, but somehow there is a grain of truth to it. Okay, so the winner should reach out to me in some way. Since you deposited just 12 waves, dude, it's up to you how you can reach out to me. find a way. Twitter, you can find my Telegram. A lot of people have it in the community, so it's not so complicated. Okay, so guys, let's wrap it up. It's Friday evening, and I'm sure you want to go have some drinks or something like that. For now, it seems to me it's like 1 versus 99. Man, but it's okay. This is like, this is my past. This is like what I have been doing my whole life in a way. Somebody has to do that, I'm this way, so I'm not like against, but I'm somehow trying to come up with some alternative. This is what I have been doing all my life. Somebody has to. In the end, Goldman and so people with fiat money rule the world, and crypto has not changed anything in that regard, because crypto is just money currently. It's just another form of money, but it's money. You need to understand that crypto is just creating a new form of money without changing the concept of money itself. And the concept of money basically means just like what who has more money controls the game. That's it. It doesn't matter which form of money you control. Since there is like a lot more fiat money than crypto, fiat money still rules the world, and basically you can buy up all crypto with fiat, and that's it. But what can you do? You can try to come up with some different setups, different ecosystems, which will work on different principles. So this is what we're doing, and for me, this is what crypto is about. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. We are ramping up our units campaign, participate in the TVL campaign for waves at the moment, participate in the testnet campaign, because if you don't have waves, you can just earn some unit zeros by just sending some testnet transactions. So a lot of things are coming. I think we're gonna have some Telegram campaign. So stay tuned. I love you all. Units is coming, and power to the people. Till next week.